Good afternoon. This wonderful event is a day to celebrate stories and great storytellers. I am honored to have this opportunity to share my story with you. It's about my parents, the concentration camps they survived in Poland, one Polish Catholic esthetician, and my 2 kidneys. Almost 20 years ago, I received a birthday gift from a dear friend. It was a certificate for a facial at Therese European Skincare. When I showed up for my appointment with Therese, I was surprised to hear her familiar Polish accent. Lying in the chair, listening to her voice while being pampered, felt very comforting and reminded me of my parents who had both passed. For years, we shared everything from political views to intimate information about our lives. Whenever my husband asked me what I wanted for Valentine's Day, I would inevitably say, I don't need any more stuff, but I'd love a facial from Therese. On one of those visits in 2006, Therese revealed to me that she had been diagnosed with kidney disease. I was shocked. She was so vibrant and she looked so healthy. She felt confident that someone in her family or close circle of friends would be a match and would be willing and able to donate their kidney to save her life. Each time I went to see her, someone was going through the process to determine whether they were a match. Her sister wasn't a match. Her daughter was a match but had kidney stones. And the list continued like that for 4 years until her kidney function was down to 12%. I felt extremely worried as I watched her vitality decline. Her last hope was her ex-husband Zig, who desperately wanted to donate his kidney to Therese. He was a match. In February of 2010, I marched into her salon with my gift certificate and the question I was afraid to ask. So are you going to get Zig's kidney? The look on her face told me everything. Excuse me. I have yet to get through the speech, even reading it to myself without breaking down, so bear with me. Are you going to get Zig's kidney? The look on her face told me everything I didn't want to hear. Zig's CT scan showed that one of his kidneys was smaller than the other. And even though he said to the doctors, take the good one, they refused. We didn't talk much that day. I had watched Therese's roller coaster ride, seeing so many of her friends and family try to donate and not being able to. The next day, I called UCSF. I asked them what it would take to find out if I were a match. They sent me lots of paperwork to fill out and a video to watch. They arranged for an interview. And then there were the tubes of blood, lots of blood. Since I had never mentioned this to Therese, she was stunned when UCSF called her to tell her that there was a possible candidate. I will never forget the tearful voicemail she left on my cell phone. I finished all of my testing and got the call informing me that yes, I was a match. I was overcome with emotion. But while all this testing had been going on, Therese's health was declining fast. She was very stressed out about the possibility that something could happen to me in the process of donating my kidney. And she couldn't stop asking me, what can I do for you? Her kidney function was now down to 11%. So I told her that what she could do for me is stay healthy, because after all of those tests I had gone through, if I couldn't donate my kidney, I was going to be very unhappy. But I still kept racking my brain to think of something that Therese could do to help her feel better about the situation. Then one day on my way to work, I had an idea. I turned my car around, drove to her place of business, ran up the stairs, and made my announcement. Therese, on my bucket list is a roots tour to Poland to visit the towns where my parents grew up, the concentration camps in which they were imprisoned and from which they were liberated. I said to her, I don't speak Polish, and it's my understanding that most people in Poland don't speak English. If you would be willing to go with me, then I will be giving you your future life, and you will be giving me my past life. What do you think? On June 11th, 2010, Therese and I were rolled into our respective operating rooms at UCSF. Sorry. And over 4 hours later, we each had one healthy kidney and a new outlook on life, hers more promising and mine more meaningful. A year ago this past June, we went to Poland together for my Roots tour. Being in the places where my parents grew up and the concentration camps which they survived was an intense and significant journey. I was overwhelmed by the whole experience and by the love and appreciation I felt when I met Therese's family in Stargard. We returned home on June 11th, exactly the 3rd anniversary of our surgery. Sorry? Both of us very grateful and happy to be alive, given Therese's medical history and my family history. I now realize that the birthday gift certificate for a facial actually led me to the most precious gift of all, giving life to someone else. In fact, this truly has been the most meaningful experience of my life. As the child of Jewish Holocaust survivors, the chance to save Therese, whose Catholic family has lived in Poland for generations, was a profound metaphor. A childhood friend of mine asked me, "How do you know what her family was doing during the war?" I felt she had precisely missed the deep meaning of the experience I was sharing with Therese. This was an opportunity to counteract my parents' horrific experience and to exemplify how we as human beings ought to behave towards each other. When I donated my kidney to Therese, I changed both of our stories in a very positive way. I know that not everyone is in a place to donate their kidney, but today we each have a chance to make a positive change in the stories of countless other kidney patients. By giving now, you support the Kidney Foundation programs that serve those patients. I hope you will give generously. You too can change the course of someone's history. Thank you.